There is so much hopelessness in this world. There are people right now, as I make this video, that are experiencing a sense of despair, forlornness. They feel lonely, they feel alone, and they feel hopeless above everything else. One of the things that brings you from a place of hopelessness into hope is the ability to move, the ability to exercise, some effort. And sometimes you don't have the effort. Sometimes you feel like just the sheer effort is exhausting just to think about moving. Have you ever been there? Are you there? Some people don't understand that. A lot of people think that people make excuses for the way they feel, that people make excuses about their inability to even move. It's not an excuse. There are people who are every day bombarded with the overwhelming sense that they feel hopeless. And a lot of people don't share that. A lot of people don't share with other people how they feel. A lot of people don't tell other people what they're experiencing because of judgment, because of rejection, because of ridicule, or just because. We live in a society where certain behaviors are frowned upon. We're becoming more sensitized and more sensitive to other people's mental illness, but we're still not as sensitive or able to recognize when people need help. Unless they say they need help, it's very difficult to recognize that people need help. Today, I want to talk to you about that hopelessness. I want to talk to you about the fact that there's always something that can be applied to that hopelessness. Whether you're feeling hopeless or know somebody who's feeling hopelessness, I want you to be able to be in a position when you can help to help. we are we are joined together. Every life here on this planet is interlaced, is interwoven into the other. No one exists alone. No one, even though you feel alone, nobody is truly alone unless they choose to be alone. It's a choice. The word that I want to talk to you about is faith. Yeah, it may seem like a biblical concept, but if you take it outside the biblical concept and apply it to everyday use, you'll realize that most of us use it on a consistent basis. Most of us exercise effort, tremendous effort in areas of our lives. And some of us do not take that same effort and apply it to other areas. And then there's some people who are able to exercise that effort across the board. They have faith
Sorry,
regardless of
I don't have an
whatever
answer for that.
situation they encounter or whatever situation is presented. In order to access such faith, because what is faith? Faith is hope to me. This is my definition, right? I could be wrong. But faith is hope in something greater outside of yourself. We talk about the universe. We talk about the spirit realm. We talk about spirituality. We talk about God. We talk about different gods. But all of that is something outside of this realm that we live in. This realm we have is just one space, but there's a space outside of us and a space apart from us that's greater than we can even recognize. In that space, there's goodness. In that space is also evil. But the faith in the good is what is faith. The faith in something greater than yourself that has the ability to exceed your own limitation, your own boundaries, is what I'm talking about. That's what faith is to me. It allows me to tap into something that allows me to exercise will and great effort outside the effort or the effortlessness that I sometimes feel like I can accomplish, things. That's how I interpret faith. But how do you access such faith? How do you access such hope? Whether it's in your relationships, whether it's with your children, whether it's in your job, whether it's in your daily life, whether it's in yourself. How do you access something that can propel you into motion, that can move you away from hopelessness? The first thing you need to do is understand that love is the force to activate faith. Love activates faith. Love and understanding what love is. Not love in people, not love in things, but love in this thing that is greater than us. This thing that is like putting, Charlie Brown's blanket around you. and feeling that sense of security, feeling that sense of willpower, feeling that sense of invincibility. If you've never felt it, I can't really tell you how to experience it, but you have to experience it for yourself. But putting that blanket around you and understanding that that blanket is something that not only makes you feel safe, but it's something that gives you supernatural power, power to perform, or power to put in the effort. Love activates that power. The second thing is, once you recognize that love, is that you can tap into it as often as you want, right? It's that if I know something is there, if you give me a tool and the tool is effective and I have access to the tool, I'm going to use the tool whenever I can. That's the other thing, activating it and then recognizing that it's there and that you have the ability to tap into it whenever you want, whenever you is needed. You do have that ability. There is such a tool. The third thing is recognizing that there are different levels. Everybody's not on the same level. Everybody doesn't have the same great faith. Everybody doesn't have that great hope. Yeah, have you ever met someone that is always smiling, always happy, never, regardless of the situation or circumstance? I am always in awe of those people. It's not that I wake up grumpy. I will not acknowledge that. But I'm always in awe of people who don't, or people who are constant, have this sunny disposition, regardless of what life hands them and what life gives to them. And the reason they have that is sometimes it's just disposition, and other times it's just that incredible ability to tap into that love. They are surrounded with, or they walk around with that constant blanket wrapped around them. And that's okay, as long as they're grounded. That's all that matters. So you have this access to this great love, understanding of this all encompassing love, this perfect love that casts out all fear, that removes all elements of, impossibility and barriers and boundaries, and allows you to be free, allows you to find peace. You know, I teach about that. And I love teaching about that because it is inherent in all human beings and it is accessible to us all. The other thing that I taught about is the different levels of faith, like I just told you. Most people believe that there's this faith to climb mountains, there's this faith to jump off of mountains. You'll never see this girl jumping off a mountain. Let's get it right. I'm not going bungee jumping. I'm not jumping out of a helicopter. And anytime you see me in a helicopter, you need to call 911 because I didn't get there on my own. Somebody coerced me. But there's people that have that amount of faith to jump out of an airplane or to go bungee jumping. You might say that's just risk taking. No, they have an abundance of faith that the actions they perform does not supersede the faith that they have. Think about that. You can't do something greater than the faith that propels you, or that hope, or that trust. Because faith is trust, not just hope. It's trust in something greater than yourself. Mustard seed faith. The Bible talks about mustard seed faith. A mustard seed is this small little thing, but it produces this great tree, right? And there's some people that are not knowledgeable of the fact that all they have to have is that ounce. When you're in despair, when you're depressed, when you're feeling down, when you don't know how to access that effort, just a little bit of effort to pull you away from the depression or the feelings of hopelessness, that mustard seed faith is what needs to kick in. It's a faith not in yourself, it's a faith in something greater outside of yourself that propels you past the situation that you found yourself in, past the inertia that prevents you from moving. And then there's that Kilimanjaro faith, right? The one where you jump out of an airplane or a helicopter or a bungee jump. And it could be greater than that. But the Kilimanjaro faith requires that you are so much aware and so much tapped into this essence, into this energy, that it has become second nature to you. You walk through storms, you deal with icebergs, you deal with all kind of things in your life that would kill another normal human being. You seem invincible, but your invincibility is not from understanding that you're invincible. Your invincibility is from an understanding and a belief in something greater than yourself. That something greater yourself is what you need to get out of the situation that you currently find yourself in. Whether it's inertia where you feel you cannot move, whether it's pain that has become so real that has manifested itself in your life to the point where it stops you. Whether it's spiritual ineptness, whether it's spiritual depletion, whether it's a lack of spiritual knowledge, faith, which translates to trust and hope in something greater than self, is what's required right now. I wanted to say something else, and I I think that a lot of people, they get caught up in religion, but there's so many religions that were not intended to be dogma or religions. If you can find a truth, your truth, in anything, that's all that matters, because we all have different paths and we all have one destination. My name is Ingrid Felton. Thank you as always for indulging me. If I can give one person, just one person, a snippet of knowledge or a nugget that will help them move forward or to help them on their path throughout this earthly realm, I have accomplished my goal. Thank you as always for listening. Please continue to subscribe to the videos. Please continue to, like the videos and tell others about what I'm doing here. I thank you for your support. Without your support, I would not continue doing this. You're making me feel like I'm doing something worthy. You're making me feel like I'm adding to this realm. I'm just one of many, but I thank you for allowing me to have a voice and for listening to me. You can reach me at www.ingridfelton.com or www.barbellos.com. I look forward to hearing from you, and I thank you for your continued support. Have a great day. Bye.